Hello students, welcome. In this video we are going to solve Igcse accounts past paper, Feb March 2022 paper code 22. Feb March 2022 paper code 22. Okay, so let us start with the first question. Okay. So here is the first question. Nazmeen started in business as an hairdresser on 1st January 2022. She purchased her hairdressing supplies on credit and uses Impress system for petty cash. Okay, so she's starting a business, so it belongs to the sole trading concern. Okay, they have given us some opening assets and liabilities, and they have told us prepare a general journal entry recording the opening assets and liabilities as on 1st January. Narrative is required. Okay, so general journal is the first question for 4 marks. The second question is petty cash book. Okay, second part of the question, and the third part is complete the table using indicating a documents. Okay, business documents. Okay, so basically the first question is from 3 different topics, that is from general journal, petty cash book, and from business documents. Let me quickly show you the following things in the textbook where they are. Okay, so let us go on the textbook. Okay, here is the index. So general journal is the 15th chapter, petty cash book is the 5th chapter, and business documents is the 6th chapter. So basically the first question is from 3 different topics, which is the 15th chapter general journal, 6th chapter business documents, and 5th chapter petty cash book. Okay, together it is for 20 marks. Let us go back on the question and start solving the question. Okay. Okay, so let us start. Okay, now as on 1st January 2022, some balances are given. So motor vehicle is an asset, bank is an asset, petty cash book is also an asset, and bank loan is a liability. So how do we put the opening entry? Whenever we need to do the opening entry, all the assets are recorded on the debit side, liabilities are recorded on the credit side, and the difference in the asset and liability is recorded on the credit side in the capital account. Okay, so let us do the opening journal entry. So it is 2022 Jan 1st. Okay, let me write the balance as it is. I will copy motor vehicle balance. Okay, this is the debit side and this is the credit side, 11,000. Next was your bank balance is 2,300. Then it was third balance was given as petty cash. Again it is an asset, so it will come on the debit side, 200. Next, bank loan is 2,500 on the credit side. Okay, so the total on the debit is 13,500. Okay, so the difference, let me calculate, 13,500 minus 2,500. Okay, the difference is 11,000, which I have mentioned on the capital. I have written capital and I have mentioned the difference as 11,000. Okay, so the total is 13,500, 13,500. Okay, so this is the opening entry, and since it is mentioned that narrative is required, okay, since it is mentioned that narrative is required, so we'll put the narration. Okay, 13,500 is the total. Since it is mentioned that the narrative is required, we'll put that narration. So what will be the narrative? Asset, liabilities, and capital balance. Okay, that asset, liabilities, and capital balance on that date. Okay, for 4 marks. Let us see the second part. State one other use of general journal. Okay, now basically general journal is a books of prime entry. So entries which do not go in any of the books of prime entry are recorded in the general journal. Okay, so entries which are not recorded in any other books are recorded in the general journal. So we will use this only as one of the uses of general journal, that is, I'll write from here, transaction not recorded in any books of prime entry are recorded in the general journal. Transactions not recorded in any books of prime entry, that is the use of general journal. Okay, now let us go on the second part. Nazmeen makes all payment less than 100 in petty cash. Okay, now the second part, that is petty cash, they are talking about that anything below 100 is recorded in the petty cash book. The impressed amount is mentioned as 200, and if you see in the beginning 200 was given as petty cash balance, so already that impressed amount is given to us 200, and balance which they have is also 200. So we'll start with the same amount. Nazim provides the following information and some expenses are given. Okay, chalo, let us go. Okay, I'll just rotate this part. Okay, yeah, fine. So just expand, so you can look. Okay, so the date is already given. Let me put the month as Jan. Okay, first is the first entry, which you were given as balance brought down, and already 200 rupees balance we had, and the same amount is impressed amount, so we do not need to bring any other amount. We will start with the same amount. Okay, then the first expense what it was done is on 3rd January paid petrol for 35 rupees. Okay, so paid petrol for 35 rupees. So let me put the date as 3rd in Jan. Let me put the expense name as petrol. Amount paid is 35, and petrol belongs to motor expense, so we will put it in motor expense account as 35. Okay. Second, on 8th some expense is done, paid for magazines for reception area 14. So the name of the expense is magazines, $14. And since we do not have a column for magazines, we will put it in sundry expenses 14. Okay, so the columns which are mentioned there, if the expense belongs to them, you will put it in that, or else you will put it in sundry expense. Next expense is on 17th, paid $60 to GL Limited. Okay, GL Limited is the personal account, so GL Limited, we have paid how much? $60. Any expense paid to personal account should be recorded in the ledger column. The next expense is done on the 26th, paid for vehicle cleaning. Okay, expense name is cleaning, since it belongs to vehicle, I will put it in the motor expense, 09 and 09. Okay, last again one expense is done, paid $38 to Elim. Okay, again it is paid to some personal account, and if any expense is paid to personal account, we record it in the ledger column. So 38, and the balance goes to. Okay, so here we have completed the posting of petty cash book. Now we need to proceed with the impressed amount calculation, impressed method, and find out the balance and how much extra amount we will take from the cashier. So let us do the total of each and every column. So here it is 98, here it is 14, next is 44, and this total is 35 plus 14 plus 60 plus 9, 88, that is 156. Okay, now already in now we need to find out the difference and how much balance we have. So 200 rupees was given to us as our balance. Okay, so out of 200, 156 we have spent, so we have a balance of 44 rupees. Balance CD January 31st. Okay, just circle the amount so that you can come to know 44 rupees we have. So in the February month, this balance will be brought down So here we will put February 1st, balance brought down 44. Now as per impressed amount, always that impressed amount should be in, you should have that amount on the first date. Okay, so the impressed amount is 200, but already you have 44 rupees. So what is the difference? 156 rupees you are going to take from the cashier. Okay, so bank Feb 1st and 156 rupees. This we need to find out under impressed amount. Okay, so 156 you are having less, you are falling short, so your bank as per your calculations, so cashier will give you 156 rupees. Okay, so that is your petty cash book. Okay, let us go on the third question now. One more part is there. State one advantage of using the impress system for petty cash. So what is the why do we use impress system? Is that fraud will be minimized to the impressed amount. You cannot have fraud more than that. Okay, now so we can write here, fraud will be minimized to the impressed amount. Fraud will be minimized to the impressed amount. So that is the advantage, that you cannot, since your impressed amount was 200, you cannot have fraud or anything, any mistakes more than 200. Okay, so now let us go on the C part of the question. Complete the table below by placing a tick to indicate which document each item appears in. Okay, the first one is completed for you. So this is from the business documents part. Okay, invoice, they have credit purchase, they have already done that, it is an invoice and it appears in statement of accounts. Correct. Balance owing to Nazmeen to a supplier at the end of the month. So how much amount I need to pay to, how much amount owing by Nazmeen. Okay, how much amount Nazmeen need to pay us. Okay, now if you want to find out how much do we owe somebody or how much somebody owes us, we get that balance where? In statement of accounts. Where do we get it? In statement of accounts. Okay, next, purchase return. Okay, somebody has returned goods to you. So when somebody return goods to you, you issue a credit note. And again in statement of accounts you record. Again in the statement of accounts you record it. So you need to subtract, na? If somebody has returned goods to you, you issue a credit note and you need to subtract the balance from his amount. So it goes into statement of account. Okay. Trade discount. Okay, you remember trade discount is deducted but not recorded in accounts. Okay, trade discount is deducted but not recorded in the accounts. So trade discount deducted from the list price. So it will be recorded in the invoice. In the invoice we will subtract and we will show. And again, in case somebody is returning goods to us and we have initially given them discount, so when they are returning goods to us, we will again cut the discount. So again in the credit note it will be shown. Payment made to a supplier. Okay, when we make payment to somebody, we need to enter into the accounts that we have paid money. So it will go into the statement of accounts. Okay, so this ends your first question. A total of 20 marks, where 4 marks was for 3 topics they had asked us. So petty cash book was for 11 marks, this business documents is for 4 marks, and the remaining was for the first topic which was asked was general journal it was, and that was for 4 and plus 1 5 marks. Okay, 5 general was for 5 marks, so it becomes to 20. So this ends your first question. Thank you.